coached a business student with no scholarship to study MBA at the University of Bridgeport, and he was approved on August 1st, 2024. In this video, we're going Yeah, I made the same mistake again. So hi guys, welcome to another live mock session. So today I'm going to interview two students, Bernard and Paul. And if you have any question, leave it in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. And Bernard, are you there? I'll be starting with Bernard. Bernard, are you there? Hello, Bernard. Hello, Bernard. Bernard, can you hear me? Hello, Bernard. Okay, all right. Let's start. Let's start. Yes, I can hear you. Let's start. So how many schools do you apply to? Who is sponsoring your studies? Who is she to you? Who is she to? Okay, you should have just said your mom is sponsoring you and she's whatever, that kind of thing. You should have, made it that clear. Okay. All right. Your mom and she's a mining engineer. She has hostels, right? Just want to make sure I got that. Hostels. Which campus? Okay. And where do you live? Is that where University of Energy is? Okay. And why do you need this degree? Um, tell me about your background. So you completed school in 2022, and what have you been doing since 2022? I- Is it is it a full-time job, or what is it? What is it about? Okay, with the school. Okay. And why do you want to pursue this master's degree in the US? So my question is about why the US. Why do you think the US is the best destination for you to pursue your studies? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. It looks like they cannot hear you. Just strange. Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. Hi guys. Can you hear Bernard now? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear Bernard. Otherwise, we would have to start all over again. Hi guys. Can you hear Bernard? Can you hear Bernard now? Momeni, Fawaz, Answer. Can you hear Bernard? I don't know if this was at the beginning when my microphone was muted. Because hi guys, can you let me know if you can hear him or not? Okay, I think they cannot hear you. Huh? Wow, that's incredible. All right. Give me a second. This is what happens when you change things when you don't really have to change things. So they cannot hear you. Hold on. Let me fix it quickly. It's all my fault. Honestly, it's all my fault, and I'll fix it easily. Don't worry, guys. I'll fix it. I'll fix it easily. Yeah, it's all my fault. I don't know, because I changed the layout and stuff like that. So it kind of um speaking now, I think they can hear you now. It's just my fault, man. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. Speak.
Um,
Bernard, can you say something now?
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Let's wait and see if they
Yes.
can hear
Yes.
you.
All right.
Please let me know
Hello.
if you
Hello.
can hear
Hello.
Bernard now.
Yes.
It's okay. Guys, let me know if you can hear Bernard now because
Hello.
I
I
think
believe you guys can hear me.
yeah. Let's wait a little bit and see. I yeah. I think they can hear you now. Okay, that's cool. All right.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for the
All right.
feedback. All right, let's start all over again. Well, I think I asked you how many skills you apply to.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so tell me again how many skills you apply to.
All right. Sure. So I chose three universities. The University of I applied to three universities: the University of South Dakota, Alabama A&M, and Dakota State University. However, chose to pursue my master's degree at the University of South Dakota because I'll get the opportunity to be mentored by Professor Casey Santos and Professor Hugo Risk. And together we'll be working on a research project that's going to bridge the gap between artificial intelligence and the study of the human brain.
And then I asked you who is sponsoring your studies, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so tell me.
She's a person of Dr.
No,
ABC,
start
and
start
she
start again. I think we missed the first part. Can you say it again? Who is sponsoring your studies?
so my mom will be sponsoring my education. She's the person of Dr. ABC, and she currently works as a senior underground mining engineer at the Newmont Company of Ghana. She's having two bookshops and three different hostels, which houses the students of University of Energy and Natural Resources. And I also have a personal savings of $1,000, which is going to support my miscellaneous. Um, my mom $1,000 to $150,000.
Okay, and why do you need this degree?
I currently work as a teaching and a research assistant at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. And within my department, we have inadequate expertise in the field of artificial intelligence. So, as a requirement for me to pick up the position as a lead researcher and a faculty member, I decided to pursue my master's degree at the University of South Dakota. So, this degree will give me a detailed understanding in artificial intelligence concepts, machine learning concepts, and deep learning algorithm concepts. These are the concepts I need to understand in order to leverage on them enough to come back and pick up the position as a faculty member and a lead researcher at the University of Energy and Natural Resource.
Um, then why do you want to pursue this degree in the US? Why the US?
Yeah.
Hello? Why
All
the
right,
US?
I chose the United States of America because. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I chose the United States of America. I chose the United States of America because, um, personally, sorry, I would love to pursue my master's degree in Ghana here. However, I chose the University of I chose the University of South Dakota in the United States of America because faculty members who are intelligent. And I also like the fact that the United States of America, getting a degree from the United States of America is the most powerful degree in the world.
Are you done? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I remember I asked you uh to tell me about your academic background, right? So
Yes,
tell me about
yes,
your
that's
academic
correct.
background.
I have a bachelor's degree in computer engineering and I completed in the year 2022. I took a minimum credit hours of 160 and took detailed courses in distributed computing, computer programming, web development, and network security. I also worked on a final year project which was about speech to text transcription. So my project was designed, developed, and implemented to create a robust and accurate speech recognition system for our local language Twi, which is widely spoken in Ghana. I was also appointed as a teaching and a research assistant after my bachelor's degree.
Okay, uh do you have any relative in the US?
No, I know no one in the US.
Okay, let me just give you my comments quickly. Okay, so um you don't have any scholarship, right? Any funding from the school, right?
Yes,
Right?
I don't have any funding from the school.
Okay. So if you don't have
Yes,
any
that's correct.
so if you don't have any funding in the school, why will you talk about being mentored by Professor KC Santos and then you are going to collaborate with him on a project on artificial intelligence and human brain development or something? If the school hasn't given you any contract, if the
Yes,
school
so
hasn't given you an assistantship, then what is the whole point about you working with the faculty on a project? That's what I am thinking.
okay,
You want
yeah.
to say
So
something?
actually, I've had an interview. Okay, yes, yes, yes.
All right, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Yes. So actually, I've had an interview with three professors within the university, and Professor Casey Santos and Professor Rodrigo Risk. Their response was, when I get to campus, I'll be given an assistantship. That's a research assistantship. So
That's
for now,
the
it's true
the,
I don't have the
the
assistantship,
visa
but
officer. The visa officer understands the U.S. education, and assistantships don't work like that most of the time. In general, the way it works is that if you are going to get an assistantship, you get it before you come. When you come, then maybe in the second semester, depend on your performance and then financial ability of the department, they can award you an assistantship. But typically what happens is that you get it from the beginning. It's not when you get there. If you go through an interview and then you don't get anything, there is no chance that when you come you are going to get anything. So you cannot, I don't think you can talk about you collaborating with a faculty on a project when the school hasn't given you any assistantship. For me, when I hear something like this, I just say you are lying. That's the whole
you
point,
understand.
honestly, because I can actually tell that that's not true. No. And you said you want to work as you currently work as a research assistant, and I think before, like when they couldn't hear you, I think you mentioned that you finished your national service and then you had a contract,
Research
1 year
assistant.
contract, yeah, 1 year contract to the school and all of that. But then um I think you can frame this story better, because it's like, yeah, you are working in the school, but then okay, even before I even try to say something about this, I have a question. you said you did your research, your undergraduate project on speech to text transcription project, right? Like you did your project on speech to text transcription, right? And that is artificial
Yes,
intelligence, and
yes,
yet
that's correct.
that is artificial intelligence. Yet you are the same person saying that the school doesn't have experts in artificial intelligence and all of that. I don't know if
It,
the visa
it
officer,
no,
the
it
visa
was
officer,
a research.
yeah. So a research being supervised by a faculty who should be in that area, or it doesn't work like that. I am thinking if you have a research on something, then it has to be supervised by a faculty who is
Mm,
an expert in
mm,
that area. So
mm.
I don't know. I don't, maybe the visa officer wouldn't, probe too much into that. But my main issue, and also my one of my issues has to do with, you start something and then you pause and then you have to go back to your transcript. That is something that is not. It's like you are not trying to sound natural and be yourself. If I ask you what's your name, then you start by trying to be yourself. My name is, then you are no, then you go back and you are like, no, that's not in the transcript. So you want to follow the transcript, word for word, and that is not a good thing. You have
Mm.
to be yourself, and whatever you want to say. The whole point about transcript is to give you to serve as a guide. So at the interview, you don't have to sound exactly what you have in the transcript. No, it's just supposed to be a guide. So you have to
Okay.
be able to be flexible enough to adapt the transcript to whatever situation, because the question might not be where are you going. It can come in a different way, and you should be flexible enough to be yourself and answer it in a better way. So yeah, you are saying the faculty in the school don't have people with AI expertise, and you want to come to the US and learn. And I'm not too sure. When I asked you why do you want to pursue the program in the US, your answer didn't really make any sense to me. Like, you could have actually even started by saying the US is the pioneer in AI or something. That starting with something like that kind of makes sense. That okay, the US is a leader in IT, in AI, and so it makes sense that you learn from the source. That kind of, and then you can add better reasons to it. But the way all the things you were saying, they didn't really make sense to me, like personally. So you can work on that.
All right.
And your plans after your studies, which is more like your ties. I I Yeah, you want to be a professor. So I mean, you could have, I don't know, start by saying I currently work as this, and my dream is to pursue to be a professor in artificial intelligence, and maybe there is only one professor who is, I don't know, and I want to pursue this program and go back and add to the I don't know, you know uh, you can frame your answer in a better way, like what I'm saying. You can kind of carve something out of what I'm saying, and that will make a lot more sense. For your mom sponsoring you and she being a mining engineer and having hotels and all of that, yeah, if
All
other
right. All
things
right.
if other things make sense, yeah, I mean, that is a credible sponsor, and you're coming to do masters. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. The only thing is, you can, other questions can come up, and like I asked you where is the hotel, because normally you want the hotel to be at the same place that you live. That's why I asked you that question. So follow-up questions like that can come up, and depend on how you answer those questions, your visa will be approved or denied, right? The visa officers, they don't know you, and whatever you tell them, they take it like that. But then sometimes the whole point about asking a follow-up question is, if your tone changes, your voice changes, or if you look elsewhere, or that kind of, those kind of body languages, you are not exactly in control of them. So they can use those things to determine whether you are lying or not. That's why whatever you want to say, you have to be convincing, and you have to be aware of all possible follow-up questions and try to master them before the interview. That is the only way you can get approved. And so yeah, so work on your story better, in a better way, like why you want to pursue the program, like make it sound a lot more reasonable and clear enough. And yeah, and also the transcript is not something you follow verbatim. You have to be flexible and adaptable. You don't just stick to the transcript, and it's like, if you start something and then it's not exactly what you have in the transcript, you have to go back and re-say what. No, that doesn't help. Okay, be yourself, and your story should be your story. If I ask you what's your name, you're not going to start by saying my name, then you go back and say my parents say my name is, or no, you just have to, it's straightforward thing about you, so you should be able to say it quickly without so all right, I wish you the best. Do you have any question? Bernard, do you have any question? Bernard, do you have any question?
Uh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. So I'm okay. I just have to work better on my story
Yeah, the
and
whole
try to
point is
improve.
they want to make
So yeah.
sure you really want to pursue the program, like you have a clear reason why you want to pursue the program. They want to make sure about that. So if you want to lie, you have to lie. I mean, the thing is that's why I cannot even say whether what you are presenting as your mom sponsoring you is true or not. I cannot even tell. But the point is, I don't know how to lie, and so I don't even know how to tell students to lie. If I go to the visa interview and then I lie, they will catch me because I'm not a good liar. I want to stick to the same story all my life, and so if I don't have a scholarship, what do I need to do? I have to sit down and study and prepare myself and get a scholarship and come. That's what I will do. That way I can be consistent throughout. But I don't know. I don't know if if because the people who have already arrived, you have no idea what people are going through. So when people don't have a scholarship like that, I'm very concerned. I don't know if it's actually true or not, because if you are thinking you are coming to get funding, forget about it. It doesn't work like that. Yeah, there are cases where the school can give you funding because somebody didn't come, right? And so you came, and then you can get the funding that was going to be given to that person. There is a possibility that you can get funding from other departments and all of that, but they are not guaranteed. And I don't want you to come and suffer and all of that. So make sure whatever you are saying is true. If not, please don't. Okay, if it's not true, don't come. Just make sure you get a good scholarship, like a good assistantship, before you come. All right. So that's what I have for you. So watch build your story in a better way. Make it make sense. Like, your story should be such that if you tell somebody, the person can clearly see that, oh, this person, yeah, he has a good reason to come to the US to stay the program, that kind of thing. So I wish you the best. Hi, Paul, are you there?
Yes, I'm around. Can you
All
hear
right.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So where are you going?
I'm going to the United States to pursue a PhD in civil engineering, where I'll be focusing on integrating AI, computer vision, and GIS for infrastructure monitoring and predictive maintenance.
Okay, why do you want to pursue a PhD in engineering?
Okay, so during my undergraduate studies, I embarked on a field trip, and that field trip we encountered a traffic. In order to get to the place we wanted to go, our driver chose an alternate route, only to realize that that route was riddled with potholes. So this made our car, we had the delays, and then our car the car break down. So a PhD in civil engineering at North Dakota University is going to equip me with that skills that is going to make me integrate AI, computer vision, and GIS for infrastructure monitoring and predictive maintenance. Most importantly, our road network, so that upon my return back to Ghana, with the skills I've acquired, I'll contribute to ensuring that we monitor our roads in real time, and then provide predictive maintenance for these roads, so that such problems do not arise in the near future.
Okay. What is your current job?
Currently, I work as a teaching and research assistant at the civil engineering department at NUST. Yes. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Give me a second.
Okay.
Like, it's like the visa officer typing, right? Okay. How do you about the school?
Please come again. I didn't hear you all.
Okay, I said, how did you hear about the school?
So during my research, I was researching on schools that had the opportunity to integrate AI and GIS for infrastructure monitoring. There I encountered North Dakota State University, and then I reached out to Professor Dr. Asa, and then I expressed my interest in working with him. And then, yes, that's how, I mean, it was through research and research about meaningful connections where we could apply AI and GIS for infrastructure monitoring. That's how I chanced upon North Dakota State University.
How many schools do you apply to?
I applied to 3 schools: North Dakota State University, Virginia Tech, and then North Carolina State University. However, I chose North Dakota State University because of its advanced research labs, such as the Smart Lab and the CSI labs, which are renowned for contributing papers to the CVR conference. This is one of the most renowned conference in terms of computer vision and then infrastructure monitoring. And I'm very fortunate to have a professor, Dr. Asa, who has written countless papers there. So I'll be collaborating with him. That's why I chose North Dakota State University.
Okay, who is sponsoring your studies?
Well, I've been given a graduate assistantship, which covers my living expenses and then food tuition. However, I have a deficit of $2,863, which will be covered by my uncle, Akins Ablode, who is the managing director at ABC Company, and earns about 150,000 Ghana cedis annually.
How do you get assistantship?
So
what made you get assistantship?
So back in my undergrad, I graduated as the overall best student in my department. So these skills together with my competitive SOP and
Hello, Paul? Paul, are you there? Paul? I can see you are there, but I think probably your network is not helping. I don't know if I should tell you what I think about what you've said so far. Paul, are you there? Hello, Paul. Well, okay, Paul is off. Well, anyways, okay, let me see if guys not trying to join. Yeah, it is what it is. So the network. All right, Paul, you can watch this again, and now your finances, everything is covered for you, because if your uncle is sponsoring you with is taking care of 2,000, it doesn't really matter what he does. Like, it doesn't really matter so much what he does. So you are covered with in terms of your finances. Yeah, maybe a little comment. What you said, you were the overall best, and your department, and you got assistantship because of those skills. Being the overall best is not a skill, it's more like an achievement. So maybe just me trying to tell you that instead of saying skills, you say achievement or something. Or maybe you can even focus on the maybe I was the overall best with a GP of this, and so the school looked at my GP or my transcript in addition to my my research. Like, based on everything that we've talked about so far, you have a research. So in addition to my research then you mentioned what your research title is, that kind of thing. Then that makes sense. Everybody knows why you deserve that assistantship. That's the whole point, right? So yeah. And why do you want to study the program? When I'm coaching students, okay, I allow them to have a lot of like long answers, just in case they forget something, and they can bring in other things. But then the starting sentence or the first 2 sentences, they have to be very solid most of the time. That's just how it works. Like, because you might not have the time to say everything that you have in your transcripts, like everything that you have prepared. So you starting with, you were on a journey, and then yeah, the driver decided to use a shortcut, and then when the driver used a shortcut, you guys ended up in a pothole, and No, or it was too long, and too long for something that you could have said in one line, that kind of thing. I will. I don't know. I am just suggesting something, right? You can stick with what you have, but I am just thinking, how about maybe you say that you are I don't know, maybe you are a teaching assistant, a research assistant at KNUST, and you maybe you teach a course in civil engineering or something, right? And you have realized that Ghana's roads, I don't know, maybe like you want to come to the US to learn the skills, or I don't know, gain knowledge that can help with the portal situation in Ghana or something. Like you want to gain some technical knowledge, and you have realized that what is the name of the school again? Is this South Dakota or something? Let me. You have realized that North Dakota University has a lab in whatever, which allows students to, I don't know, simulate road something, which can enable you learn how you can take care of Ghana's portal issue or something, that kind of. I think because what you said was just, it's just too long, and you were not really going straight to the point. So I will start with my background, and then talk about an issue in my country which I have identified, and then talk about the skills that I'm coming to learn and how that is going to help address those issues in my country. So that's how I will approach this thing, because you have a strong foundation in terms of your current job and your current background as a civil engineering student. So like I will kind of bring my answer in this way, but I mean you can also think about it and then look at what makes more sense to you. Okay, when I suggest something, it's not like, I always like to make it clear that I am giving you what I think based on many years of coaching students, and the successes from all of that, that kind of thing. So I try to give you my honest opinion on things, and also but then at the end of the day, you have to make sure everything works very well. And this is just like few minutes mock session. It's not like me sitting down with you and then coming up with something together. It's different. This one is just off head and me trying to suggest something quickly. So you can look at what I have said, and then with your finances, I mean, your visa is going to be approved easily. Like for you, it will be approved easily because you have a GA, and also you are currently working as a research assistant. You are coming to do PhD. Like it should be fine. I think it should be fine. So all right. So Paul, I wish you the best.
Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Yeah, so I didn't even know you were there, but okay, all right. So yeah, do you have any question?
No, I don't have any question. I think I'm okay.
All right, so yeah, so all the best to you. I think you are in good shape. Okay. Bernard has a lot of convincing to do, but for you have done more than 50% of the work, so you are almost there. So yeah, let me just go through the comments and see what I have to respond to, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, this was when you guys couldn't hear, and thanks for letting me know. Karen, Deborah, Momeni, Nana Samwa. Momeni from South Africa. I've been seeing Momeni a lot these days. That's good to know. Raymond too. I've been seeing Raymond. Hi Raymond. Senorita, is it Tima? I think Senorita is Tima, if I remember correctly. All right. Hi Karen. Thank you. Deborah says, hello Shai, please, I can see all the applicants applied to 3 schools. I applied to only 1 school and got admission, and will that affect? Not necessarily. I mean, in general, people apply to between, I don't know, 3 to 7 schools or something, or maybe 5 schools. But there's nothing wrong with applying to 1 school. You just have to explain why you applied to that 1 school. Maybe it was your only choice based on the research you did. It had everything that you wanted from a program, and that kind of thing. It's all about your story. It's not like not like by force everybody has to apply to 3 schools. But Cisse, Karen is laughing. Cisse, I had my visa interview on May 21st. Guys, give me a second, okay? Let me pause this thing quickly. I need a break quickly. I need to do something quickly. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm back. Let me just. Yeah. I think I can actually do without do without the headset. So let's see. So CC says I had my visa interview on May 21st. I was given 221G stating that my service fee needs to show updated. After payment, I returned in less than 72 hours before it was confirmed. I got refused. Well, I don't know if it looks like you were refused because of the service fee. And the American people, they don't like people who lie. So I don't know if you paid the service fee after your visa interview, because if that is the case, then it's like you didn't want to pay so that if you are approved you go ahead and pay, because you don't want to pay so that you lose your money. If that is the signal that you send to them, then they are going to refuse your visa, and maybe if you go again it might even be difficult. So I cannot tell why, but it looks like it has to do with your service fee. So I cannot really tell. Maybe this is the thing about service fee. Maybe you sent the money to somebody, the person delayed you, or maybe the person posted it but it took a while to get to them. Like all these things, so if it took a while to get to them, then the person can explain. But then if the person made payments after your interview, then that doesn't help you, right? And they can always see if you have paid the service fee or not. It's just the same system. Everything is before them. They can see it. So yeah, I think that's so service fee. Like if I'm going for the visa interview and then I've not paid my service fee, I will not go for the interview. I have to make sure I've paid before. So I'd rather cancel the interview than go knowing that without it they will still refuse deny me the visa. So yeah, I don't know what went on there, but Nana Samuel says, "Hi Shai, hello Shai. I would like to know if you could discuss possible follow-up question for if you do have family in the US, like an aunt, and how to approach them. Thank you." Well, if you have an aunt, there is nothing wrong with having a relative in the US. The only issue is if you have a close relative in the US, and also where you are going. I will not apply to a school where my close relative is, or where my other relatives are, because that doesn't help. It can mean that you might not even want to go back and like that. But then regardless of all of that, I always think that if you have a good assistantship, it takes care of everything. The visa officer will not even look at all of that, because you've already proven yourself that you are a good student. So whether you have a close relative or not, it might not even matter, in my opinion. So it's all about you creating the right conditions for yourself and doing all the right things, and also having a good story about yourself, why you need the program and how the program is going to shape your life when you return to your home country. That's just what really matters. So it's not really about the family. I don't know. I don't think it matters so much. So yeah. Sadie says, please, I've been following you for some time now. I'm a nurse from Ghana, and I would love that you cover masters in nursing profession, like masters in gerontology in nurse. So the only way I can cover this, every Saturday we do study abroad live sessions. So if you join, and then I'm going through programs, I pick a school and then I explore their programs. Then if you mention the name of your program, I can check it out for you and see what they have. But but if you want to come to the US, you have to put in the work yourself. Like nobody can do it for you. So you have to spend a lot of time. There are so many schools that I've recommended, so you have to take each school and then explore each school for your program of interest and see what they offer, and if you are interested in it, that is the best option for you. Because if you follow the live session every week, we are not only covering one school every week, so it might not cover everything. But if you take the time and you go through some of the schools that I've recommended, and then schools that other people have recommended, you can go through every single one of them and see what, the kind of nursing masters that they have, and see if they have funding and all of that. The study abroad session is to help students, not necessarily to pick one school, but it's more about to help students in terms of, okay, this is a good offer, this is not, or they have this, they don't have this. Okay, what are the requirements? How do we find out where the application stuff is? How do we apply? How do we go through the application? That is the whole point about the study abroad live session. So I go through to show you everything that you need to know about that. And once you learn that, you can apply it to any school. Like, it's the same thing, same process. Nanekwa says, I'm 30 years. I want to apply to a US university with a 3-year HND to get degree. Will it be a problem to get a visa at 30 for undergraduates? I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if it's a problem. Sometimes it's even depends on how old you look. If you look so old, then maybe why have you waited for so long? But another thing also is that in the US, people can be old and still study a bachelor's. There's age should not be an issue in terms of you wanting to acquire a degree. Age is not really an issue. I don't think the visa officers really look so much into how old somebody is. Maybe I don't know, but for me, whatever your issue is, whatever the problem, I always think if you have a good scholarship, the visa officers, they will overlook a lot of things. You have a good scholarship, you have a good story, they will overlook a lot of things. So that's the starting point. If you can get a good scholarship to come in, that's what I would say. And for me, if I have an HND, I would rather get a degree so that I will just apply to a master's program. I don't know. And if I'm getting a top up degree, I will do so well. I will work so hard so that I'll get a good GPA and go straight into. Solomon says, please, is it 13K deficit a red flag for? If you tell me 13K deficit, you've not told me anything. What is the cost of attendance? What is your scholarship? Like, 13K doesn't tell me anything. I can't say about that. Nasser is from Nigeria. Yeah, Nasser, I remember Nasser. So this was the beginning, and so I'm on TikTok right now, and Jilo says, how do I join the interview? You just have to send your details on Telegram. Now this week I'm not receiving any names, so you have to send it next week, because I've already selected the people I wanted to interview. I think, I don't know, one person. Yeah, you would have to reach out next week. So this week I'm not posting an announcement about those who want to be. Once you so all you have to do, you have to be in the Telegram page. At the end of live, if I'm receiving names, I'll post the information in the Telegram page, and then you can send your details. That's just how it works. Okay, says anyone in Dubai. Ibisa says watching from Nigeria. In Ibisa, yeah. In Dukarai. Mona Lisa, I can't hear you. Okay. Shelly-Ann says, how do I contact you? Well, you can join the WhatsApp group, and once you join, you can send it. You see my number. You can test, but the point is that it might take a while to get a reply. So what I tell students is that the best way to reach out is always ask your questions during the live session. That's the best option, because that way, because Monday to Friday I might not even be available to respond to messages. I'm always available on weekends, but that's just how it is. And I don't like also answering questions that I talk about a lot in my live session. So that kind of thing. So it's maybe like personal or something, then fine. But or another option is if you want to book a consultation, that one for 30 minutes, that one but don't have to. You just have to join the live session and ask all your questions. The Young says Chigan Tech. So TikTok, I think I'm done here. And guys, thank you for watching and for your time. And let me check YouTube and end it there. Solomon says, hello Shai, please, I was given a scholarship of 21K which covers 90% of my tuition. even with a deficit of 13K, and yeah, I think it's a good offer. You can get your visa approved. Like, yeah, you have a good chance. So I think that's all I have for you today, and I really appreciate your time, and yeah, everything. I'll see you. Hi, welcome to my first video. My name is Shaibu. The goal of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to help students get their visas approved. And finally, to help students